Hello, my name is Thomas Halcomb. I teach at HCLU in California. Now, my presentation topic is about identifying with the deaf and bicultural, development of the deaf and bicultural and their identity. And a lot of people are like, well, what's the use of this? Why do we need this? And there are a few reasons why it's important for me to be teaching the subject for my work, for communication and films and captionings and telephones and relay services, interpreting, hearing aids. We've come a long way. We're just taking it all in, interpreting it is just available to us in the deaf culture. Now let's discuss the opposite. Let's discuss deaf culture, which is more important than what it was before. Let's Now, in theory, identify yourself. It's very important. Now, your mother and father, as you were children, you were watching your mother and father, and they loved you, and you loved them, and they would give you praise, and they supported you, and you respected them, and even though you wanted to rebel a little bit, you still had to pay attention to them and mind their rules. Now, before, most deaf people, they went to deaf residential schools. They were raised there. Now, most deaf people, deaf kids, they don't go to residential schools. They're mainstreamed in with the rest of the population. The parents support the deaf identity. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Deaf now, it's theory. It's a very gray area, and there's lots of fighting and conflicts with that type of education system. Many deaf people view that as oppression. Again, makes it a very gray area, and lots of conflict and discussions go on about that type of education plan set. The deaf experience, some people can get very angry. Lots of finger smelling words I'm not able to understand. Think about the deaf community, it's your situation, it's viewed as negative. The deaf look deaf kids that are mainstream take that that viewpoint that other hearing people have in the deaf community, which can be a very negative viewpoint, and they look at that community, even though they can be part of it, they think it's negative, and they don't want anything to do with it. Later in time, if they receive the correct information, they realize that the community can be a very positive experience for them. There are some smart deaf people that don't support deaf people to speak, or the deaf people to use hearing aids. And it's a conflict. Mainstream kids, as they're growing up, they were oral with hearing aids. Their mother and fathers, they spoke English with them. It's very conflicting for these children who've grown up in these types of situations, trying to find their identity, and they're thinking, they're contemplating, who am I? What is myself? Communication's hard. Finding friends are hard. They look at the deaf community and they're happy. They have friends. They're communicating. They're fully involved. And they're like, wow, I want that. More finger spelling I'm not able to understand. They just know I want something better for myself. It's not enough. Hearing well, it's just not enough. My mother and father, they're hearing. Everyone is hearing. It's frustrating for me. I want to join the deaf community. I want to be in the deaf world. I want to sign. I want to learn sign language. I want to have deaf friends. Go to a deaf school. Experience that. A lot of times the parents don't understand why the children have chosen to just abandon what they've known. I accept you for being hearing, accept me for who I am, and enjoy your music and enjoy what you like. Just to should make such harsh assessments of me. Some people in the deaf community have hearing aids, some people talk, some people are mainstream, some people are in residential schools still. It's a very wide variety of people within the deaf community. But to find people with the same experiences as myself and that I can relate to them and to find out who I am. And you know what I want and know what I stand for. The